Hi, I'm currently in Seattle, and in this video I want to share with you the best things to do when you're coming to this city. Today I'm in Seattle. As you can see behind me here is the most famous landmark in Seattle, the Space Needle. Now this Space Needle was opened in 1962 as part of the World Fair at that time, which was basically an exhibition showing off all the futuristic things that were going to be happening in the 21st century. And I think this building was sort of summed up that sort of space age technological feeling. And it still looks pretty space age and technological today. So I'm going to head inside and see whether or not it's worth the entrance fee, so whether or not it's a good attraction. It looks good from down here, but let's see what it's like when you actually get in there.
All right, up we go. 41 seconds to the top. These will all be windows here behind me. We're going to be going up at 10 miles per hour, and away we go. There you are. Now we're shooting up to the very top of the needle. That is the observation deck. That's up at 520 feet. That's out of our total height of 605 feet. That's equivalent to about 60 stories or 184 meters. Now, we were built in 1962 for the World's Fair, which was held basically all below and around us here in what's now the Seattle Center. Most of the large anchor buildings on campus today are from the fair, including the Monorail, which you might have seen out front, and the Science Center, which is behind me with the white arches. Once you're up top, you can go outside. There's a cafe, walk-up beer and wine bar as well. Head down the curved staircase. That'll lead you to the rotating glass floor.
Wow, amazing views. Really good. Fantastic. This glass, this double glass to the glass ceiling, makes you feel like you're standing over the edge. Wow, brilliant. So what did I think of the Space Needle? Well, I have to tell you that it's absolutely amazing. It's really such a good attraction. Really love it, and I can't believe that it was opened in 1962. So you know, it's over 60 years old, almost 65 years old. It's the feat of engineering is quite incredible. This rotating glass floor is like nothing else that you've experienced. It's really amazing. There's definitely people here who are not comfortable walking on the glass because they're worried that it's going to collapse, but it gives you such a great 360 panoramic view of Seattle. Upstairs is amazing too, with the double glass where it's got leaning out glass and then the glass on the top. Yeah, really very impressed. So if you're coming to Seattle, you've got to come to the Space Needle. This is like nothing else I've experienced anywhere in the world. It's absolutely brilliant, and I can't believe it. And it's also sort of Art Deco, historic as well, so it's got everything. So yeah, really impressed. One of the other fun things to do here is the monorail. So the monorail also relates back to the 1962 World Fair, and it only goes one stop. It goes from here at Westlake Station, which is by the shopping centre, to the Space Needle. So it's looking in pretty good condition still, and they're quite nice seats. Just turn it around. Yeah, pretty luxurious, looking pretty good, not too busy today. And we're elevated above ground level. Had to just walk up 3 stories, so it's quite high, quite tiring walking up the stairs, but yeah. Imagine back in 1962, when this was first built, this would have been very, very space age. Still looks pretty good today. Still a fun form of travel. So let's see what it's like once we take off. Okay, so here we go, leaving Westlake Station. Coming pretty fast. A little bit bumpy. You can see we're tilting quite a lot around the bend here. There is the Space Needle. So we're coming into our final stop, the one and only stop here at the Space Needle. Futuristic station here. There we have it. That's the monorail from Westlake Station to the Space Needle. the other remaining feature of the 1962 World Fair is the International Fountain, which is quite impressive. And unlike most fountains in the world, people are actually actively encouraged to go in and get wet. So you can see there's a few kids and a few adults deciding to have a go at that. Now this fountain does date back to 1962, but was actually fully rebuilt in the 1990s, and there's a festival going on at the moment, so there's a stage, but normally it has music and choreography, and the jets, there's 130 jets. They can be designed to do lots of other things, but you can see it's like a crater, like a sort of space-age crater that this has been set in. Really very unusual. I haven't seen a fountain like this ever before, but yeah, tons of people here today enjoying the fountain, just hanging out, and the Space Needle just in the background there. So yeah, I think something else worth coming to see. And if you've got tickets as part of a pass to use the monorail, if you come back like I have today, then you can come and see the fountain, and yeah, it's quite a good fun thing to do. One of the cool things to do when you come to Seattle is to come down here to Pike Place Market. Now this is down by the waterfront. There's actually an old market here, so lots of stalls and things. It's a cool place to wander around, and there's some really cool food places down here. So it doesn't cost anything to actually come down here, but it will cost you a fortune once you start buying some stuff. So let's take a little walk around and see some of the highlights down here at Pike Place Market.
And the women are so friendly.
Absolutely. There we go. Everybody's friendly down here. It is actually a thing in Seattle. I think everybody is a bit more chilled than you'll find in some other cities. As I said, there's lots of places to get something to eat down here at Pike Place Market, but one of the attractions is this place. You can see there is a big queue, and this is the original Starbucks. So you can see people are queuing here, lots of people getting photos outside, and it's interesting because when you come down, it's actually got some of the original decor, and it just looks you know, like an old-fashioned. It's got 1912 above the door. That wasn't actually when it was opened. It was opened in 1971, but 1912 is the address. But it's the old school Starbucks. You can see inside. It's still got a lot of the character from the old Starbucks. So that's a popular attraction for a lot of people. And there's quite a few food places along here that you have to queue for because they're basically TikTok famous, or you know, they've got some notoriety. So this one, Piroshki, established 1992. There's always a queue here. This has lots of really interesting pies, pastries. Yeah, everybody's queuing to get in there. And then another place that I went to a couple of days ago is a fantastic French bakery called Le Panier. You can see there's a queue here as well. Lots of people sitting inside. And in here you can get lots of pastries. Hello, hello. Let's head inside the actual market itself, see what's going on in here today. Now this is still a fish market, you can see here. Wow. It's all going on here. Any seafood that you like. There's lots of a variety of different things you get here. It's a brilliant flower store. If you like flowers, or the smell here, it's a lot more pleasant than it was down at the fishmongers.
Using the line that you want to know my thoughts?
So hopefully that's given you a flavour as to what it's like down here at Pike Place Market. One of the problems that Seattle had is that Pike Place Market, which is one of the most popular tourist attractions, is actually at an elevated level compared to the harbour. And so it was meaning that tourists weren't really able to get down to the harbour very easily. So in order to solve that problem, it built this, which is the Overlook Walk. So this was opened in 2024, October 24, at a cost of $70 million. So let's take a walk along this Overlook Walk down to the harbour. You can see the wheel and everything down at the front. And the whole area was redeveloped at a cost of around $800 million. But Overlook Walk is really quite pleasant. They've done a good job. They get a lot of street entertainers and people just doing things that are quite fun to wander past. So, and it also gives you fantastic views over the water and the harbour and some great vantage points for photos. So take a walk down Overlook walk down to the harbour itself. So here we go. Enjoy this walk and the views, because it's a beautiful day here in Seattle, and this is a great place to come and hang out. And you can see there's places to eat and things to do along the way. As you can see, there's lots of accessible areas, so lots of ramps, and if you've got a buggy or wheelchair, or something where you prefer to walk on the flat, you can do that, but there are steps as well. So we take a walk around the harbour itself. This is the aquarium, the big entrance to it, which looks fantastic. Brilliant building, Pier 59, just looks great. They've done a good job keeping the character of that building, and I think making it into an aquarium obviously is a suitable type of function for this type of area. So there's lots of street entertainment and things going on here. I think the big attraction is the wheel. Let's take a walk over there and see all of this area has been redeveloped as well as part of the whole harbour redevelopment. Wheel constantly going. I don't think I've ever seen it not moving since I've been here. Really nice at night, actually. It's all lit up, has really quite fun lighting. Just a quick look back over the aquarium from this side. Really impressive building. Love that. Absolutely fantastic. Going to go to that later. There's a really nice play park here. Quite space age, quite futuristic. So we've got another old building here that's been mostly developed into entertainment for the seafront. So there's a few rides here. There are a few restaurants as well. So a few different things to do, but like any seafront, you're here really to look at the views and just to catch the vibe. But if you're with kids, then they want to do some stuff that's a bit more fun than just sightseeing. No kid has ever said, let's go sightseeing for the whole day. Everybody wants to do something a bit fun, and I haven't done any of these rides, so I can't tell you what they're like, but I know Wings Over Washington, there was a big queue on that the other day. There's a carousel, and Miners Landing, that's also behind us. Something else. I went to this restaurant the first day I was here, the Fisherman's Restaurant and Bar. Had some nice chowder in there, so if you're interested in chowder, it's a good place to go. There's the wheel from underneath. Not moving too fast, I don't think it's too much of a thrill ride. All ages would be happy to go on that. How much is it? Let's see if I can see. The Seattle wheels, $25 for an adult, 18 between 3 and 11, and 21 if you're 65 plus. Children under 2 are free. I don't know whether children under 2 would want to go on that wheel, but they're free if you've got one. So let's just take a walk around the front, have another look back at the amazing aquarium. Really love that building, and also gives us a good view of the city skyline of Seattle here. So you get a really nice vista there. Some great photos looking back. Chihuly Gardens, a lot of glass blowing. Nice exhibition as you come in. Smells amazing. It's really cool, this place. Mixture of glass, sculpture, garden. Wow, this is pretty cool. So there's the entrance. It's the entrance hall. Pretty cool. Into the games area. It's like a whole lot of people playing games in here. Yeah, sort of lots of retro games and people just playing them. Video games. Interesting. Okay, into the sci-fi, horror and fantasy section of this museum.